vinyl community, I'm back again to do another recent vinyl spins. This week is going to be a mix of new jazz and also some electronica slash slowcore type music, and then one compilation. So let's get started. So to kick it off with jazz, this is a group that I highly recommend to anyone just trying to get into jazz or is looking for something brand new. This is the Foat group. The Foat group is a quintet based out of the UK. This just happens to be a live date, live at the Playboy Club, and it's pretty cool because they etched a Playboy bunny into the dead wax here. Anyway, the Foat group has been around for a while, and just to give you kind of a sample of what they sound like. So as you can see, their style is modal. Foat is the keyboardist here, kind of has a Hammond B3 feel to it, but he uses the Mellotron, and it's just really good. And the recording of this album was done on analog tape, 1-inch tape, and it really does catch the ambiance. It has a nice 50s feel. Unfortunately, the crowd just doesn't get into them. I think they're enjoying the music, but kind of in the background, but hopefully they're not getting entertained too much by that. But anyway, it's on the Jasmine label, and you can find them on Bandcamp. I'll include a link to one of the songs from the album and also their Bandcamp page down below. The label is nothing too exciting, but kind of follows a nice jazz standard. And the vinyl was pressed at GZ Vinyl, and how can you tell? You can tell by this etching that's in the dead wax here. So, Foat, can't recommend them enough. They are also coming out with some limited edition Record Store Day records for Record Store Day here coming in April. The next one I have to show is jazz as well, but this is unique. A few members of the VC know them, and that is Bohren und der Club of Gore, and they are a quartet, and they have kind of a interesting back history. So they were into grindcore metal in Germany, and they decided, well, what if we took that approach to jazz? So they've been around since, I want to say, the late 90s, and they've had one member that changed up, and there are two guys that do the predominant writing. So there is Christoph Kloser and Martin Gass. They do most of the writing. And Kloser, as you can see, plays piano and saxophone and vibraphone. Gass plays organ, mellotron, and baritone guitar. And very cool artwork there. How would I describe this? So I'll just give you a little bit of sample here. So you can tell it's very slow, very dark. It would be something that I'd expect to see in a David Lynch movie. I do not know where this was pressed at all. If anyone knows I'd be very interested. So I guarantee it was pressed somewhere in Europe. They have gone with a company called PIAS, which is Played It Again Sam. They're based out of the UK, and it's kind of an independent record conglomerate. So really, I like this. It's not something that you're gonna leave with something stuck in your head, but it's kind of, when you're in a particular mood, something you want to play. So it's good. It comes with a CD too, so you can rip it. So very good. Next is a Vinyl Me Please exclusive that I managed to pick up. It is a member of the series Late Night Tales by Belle and Sebastian. And I gotta say, this is one of my favorite out of all the comps that have come from this compilation series. The Vinyl Me Please edition is on clear vinyl, and I think you can still purchase this through their club. It has 8 tracks less than the CD version, but this one just happens to come with a download. So you can download the original mix with 8 songs. And what makes this so good is that it spans almost all musical genres except for metal. But there's jazz, there's classical, there's reggae, there's soul, there's funk, there's old rock. Like the tracks that were removed were like Steve Miller's "Fly Like an Eagle" and Johnny Cash's "Ring of Fire" was the other track that didn't make the cut on the vinyl edition. But "Ring of Fire" with Johnny Cash, they kind of put this reggae dub to it, and this is just quite the lineup. And one of the tracks that really stood out to me is this track by the Butch Cassidy Sound System. And the Butch Cassidy Sound System, they're kind of reggae funk, but the song they play is Sissy Strut. And Sissy Strut is an old Meters tune, and you just got to listen to this hook. I mean, take a sample of the Meters song here. Was a Meter song, and what the Butch Cassidy Sound System does with it is just, I mean, it's more dynamic. They take it up a notch, and I can't recommend this one enough if you're just looking to get into this series and want to get it on vinyl. This is definitely one of the better ones. Now, Belle and Sebastian, they're a Scottish indie group, and I can't say I'm a big fan of theirs. They're kind of on the softer side, and don't get me wrong, I like soft rock from time to time, but these guys are like maybe way too cottony soft for me. I mean, they have a nice art kitsch to a lot of their covers, and you know, they got like 9 members in the band, but yeah, can't get into Belle and Sebastian, but I did like the comp that they put together. And just to show you the records really quickly, the Vinyl Me Please version, you know, it did come out on clear vinyl. These were pressed at MPO. You see a little MPO in the dead wax. Take a photo of this one, but it wouldn't come out so well. And besides getting the download, which you can download as a WAV and MP3 if you like, or FLAC, you get a nice little art print. So the last 2 records that I have to show you are from a fantastic company called Ghostly International. And Ghostly is unique in that, you know, they do exclusive artwork, they do exclusive t-shirts and books and cups, but they do, I mean, their purpose is getting out vinyl. And they're kind of an independent electronic label, and I think they're based out of Chicago. But one of the 2 new pickups that I got from them is the Choir of Young Believers Grasque. And the Choir of Young Believers is a 9-piece, and the lead singer, I think he's of Greek descent, and it crosses, it's not just electronic, but it crosses folk, it crosses a little bit of hip-hop, a little bit of soul. It's a nice blend. It's very unique to listen to, very relaxing. The lead singer, if you read up on it, they dub him as the Danish version of Sade. So if you like Sade and listen to this clip. So you can see how people make the comparison here, and this is just cool because of the way it was pressed. So I don't actively see colored vinyl, but this one I had to get, and take a look at that. So 2 record set on this deep sea blue type vinyl, and the prices from Ghostly are extremely reasonable. They are also pressing from GZ. I think they're probably going through Pirates Press, so it's a 2 record set. It does come with a download. All their stuff comes with download. Last one I have to show you. The other Ghostly is Beacon's Escapements, and Beacon is a duo out of Brooklyn, Thomas Mularney and Jacob Gossett. So it's a singer and a keyboardist, and it's kind of synth, dreamy, synth pop. And I gotta thank Ghostly very much, because at first they said they didn't have colored, and I ordered colored, so they came back to me and they said, well, we could ship you black and give you a $5 discount off your next order. And I took them up on it, and the next thing I know, I got an email from them saying, hey, we found a colored copy. And it got rejected because it had a little bit of a seam split there. And they said, we're just going to send it to you for free, and they did. So, very cool of them. Comes with a nice printed inner. There's shots of the band. And it came out on this nice gray colored, silver colored vinyl. So just to give you kind of a sample of what they sound like.
But if you just stay the night, we can find some more. We can find some more.
So I hope you enjoyed that. Again, Beacon Escapements, just released. If you like it, definitely pick it up. Or if it sounds like something you'd like, pick it up. So that's all I have to show this week. Thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting. Thank you to all my new subscribers. And have a great week.